It was a very cold and rainy Monday morning. I woke up with a bad headache and a sore throat. My daughter was also coughing a little bit in her room. I decided to go to the pharmacy near our house. I put on my warm lavender and took an umbrella. The streets were wet and the sky was dark gray. I walked quickly to the big green cross sign. The pharmacy door opened with a soft electronic sound. Inside, it was very warm, bright, and very quiet. The air smelled like mint and some herbal medicine. I saw a man in a white coat behind the counter. His name tag on the pocket said, Felix, pharmacist. He looked at me and gave me a very kind smile. I walked to the counter and felt a bit dizzy. Felix asked me how he could help me today. I told him that I had a high temperature. I also explained that my throat felt very dry. Felix listened carefully and nodded his head slowly. He looked like a person who knew everything about health. I felt much better just talking to a professional. There were many shelves with white and blue boxes. I saw a small display with colorful toothbrushes and toothpaste. Felix took a small thermometer to check my temperature. He said that I needed some rest and some medicine. He was very patient and spoke in a calm voice. I reached into my pocket for my small paper prescription. My doctor wrote it for me late yesterday evening. I gave the paper to Felix with my shaking hand. He took it and started to read the doctor's notes. The pharmacy was very clean and had a shiny floor. I saw a small chair for people who feel tired. I sat down for a minute to catch my breath. Felix started to look for the items on the shelves. He moved quickly and found the first box easily. It was a medicine for the throat with honey flavor. I love honey because it is natural and very sweet. Felix put the box on the glass counter for me. He then looked for the second item on the list. The rain was hitting the large pharmacy window loudly. I was glad to be in this safe and warm place. Felix found a small bottle of syrup for my daughter. He said it was very good for a dry cough. He checked the expiration date on the bottom of the bottle. Everything is fresh and safe, he told me clearly. I was happy because my daughter is very young. Then he looked at the prescription for the third time. He needed to find some strong pills for my headache. He went to the back of the pharmacy for a moment. I looked at the beautiful displays of skin creams. There were many bottles with photos of flowers and fruits. Felix returned with a small white box in his hand. He explained that these pills were very effective and fast. He also suggested I buy some hot lemon tea. Vitamin C is very important when you have a cold. I agreed and asked for 2 boxes of herbal tea. One was with ginger and the other was with mint. Felix smiled and said ginger was a great natural choice. He put all the items together in a neat row. I felt like I was getting a lot of help today. The headache was still there, but I felt more positive. Felix asked if I had any allergies to medicine. I told him that I was only allergic to some nuts. He checked the ingredients of the syrup very carefully. There are no nuts here, so it is okay, he said. I was very grateful for his attention to small details. A pharmacist's job is very responsible and very important. Felix took a small white sticker and a black pen. He started to write the instructions for each medicine. He wrote 1 pill twice a day after meals on the box. For the syrup, he wrote 5 milliliters every morning. It is very easy to forget the dosage when you are ill. Having these stickers on the boxes is a great help. I watched his hand moving as he wrote the notes. He had very neat and very clear handwriting for a man. I thanked him for being so organized and so helpful. He said that safety is the most important thing for him. I looked at the digital clock on the white wall. It was already 10:30 in the morning. I needed to go home and start the treatment soon. Felix prepared the final part of my big order. Before paying, I saw a shelf with many vitamins. I asked Felix which vitamins were best for the winter. He pointed to a large orange bottle with a sun. Vitamin D is essential when there is no sun, he said. I decided to buy a bottle for myself and my husband. He also showed me some multivitamins for active children. They were in the shape of small gummy bears. I knew my daughter would love those very much. I added the gummy vitamins to my shopping basket. Felix explained that we should take them after breakfast. He was like a teacher who knew everything about biology. I learned that vitamins can make our immune system strong. I felt like a very responsible mother at that moment. The total number of items was now 7 or 8. Felix started to put everything into a white paper bag. He used a paper bag because it is better for nature. I like it when shops care about the environment too. He placed the heavy bottles at the bottom of the bag. The small boxes of pills went on the very top. He also gave me a small brochure about healthy eating. It had some recipes for vegetable soups and fruit salads. I put the brochure in my lavender pocket. I was ready to pay for my health and my family. I took out my small wallet from my leather bag. I found my bank card and held it in my hand. Felix turned the modern card machine toward my side. I saw the total price on the small digital screen. It was a bit expensive, but health is the priority. I put my card near the machine for a quick payment. The machine made a happy beep sound immediately. My bank sent me a message about the successful transaction. Felix printed a long receipt and put it in the bag. He also added a small free sample of a hand cream. "This is for the cold weather," he said with a wink. I felt very special and very well cared for today. The customer service in this pharmacy was excellent. I took the heavy paper bag from the glass counter. It felt like a bag of hope for a fast recovery. Felix looked at me and wished me a very fast recovery. I smiled back and prepared to leave the quiet shop. I stopped at the door to open my big umbrella. Felix called me and told me one last important thing. "Drink a lot of warm water and rest in bed," he said. I promised him that I would follow his good advice. I stepped out of the pharmacy and back into the rain. The wind was cold, but I felt warm from the tea thoughts. I walked back home, carrying the medicine very carefully. My daughter was waiting for me near the front window. She looked a bit tired, but she smiled when she saw me. I entered the house and took off my wet lavender. I went straight to the kitchen to make some hot tea. I opened the first box of herbal tea with ginger. The smell of ginger was very strong and very fresh. I put some honey into the tea and a slice of lemon. I gave the first cup of tea to my little daughter. Then I gave her the 5 milliliters of the cough syrup. She liked the sweet taste and said it was delicious. I was so glad that she didn't cry about the medicine. Then it was time for me to take my own headache pill. I took the pill with a big glass of clean water. I sat on the sofa and covered myself with a blanket. I looked at the stickers Felix wrote on the boxes. His instructions were very easy to read and understand. I felt my headache becoming smaller after 30 minutes. The power of modern medicine is truly amazing, I thought. My daughter started to play with her toys on the carpet. She seemed more energetic after the syrup and the tea. I read the brochure about healthy food for a few minutes. It said that oranges and spinach are very good for us. I decided to cook a healthy vegetable soup for dinner. Felix's advice was helping me to plan a better day. I felt lucky to have such a professional pharmacist nearby. A pharmacy visit is not just about buying some pills. It is about getting the right information and some care. I felt much more confident about my family's health now. The rain continued to fall, but the house was very cozy. I closed my eyes and had a small and peaceful nap. When I woke up, the sun was shining through the clouds. My throat felt better and my head was clear again. Everything was going to be okay after this morning trip. The afternoon arrived and the house was very bright. I felt much stronger and decided to start the soup. I took some carrots, onions, and potatoes from the fridge. Cutting vegetables is a very relaxing activity for me. I added some fresh parsley and a little bit of salt. The soup smelled wonderful as it boiled on the stove. My husband came home from work at 5 o'clock. He saw the medicine bag and asked how we were feeling. I told him about my visit to Felix at the pharmacy. I showed him the vitamins he suggested for the winter. My husband was impressed by the pharmacist's great advice. He took the first vitamin D pill with his glass of juice. We all sat at the table and ate the hot vegetable soup. It was the perfect meal for a cold and rainy day. My daughter ate all her soup and asked for an apple. Her cough was almost gone and she was very happy. I felt like a successful doctor in my own family. But the real hero was Felix with his white medical coat. He knew exactly what we needed to feel better fast. After dinner, I took my second pill for the day. My sore throat was gone and I could speak normally. I looked at the white paper bag from the pharmacy. I decided to keep it to store all our family medicine. Organization is key to a healthy and happy home life. We spent the evening reading books and watching a movie. It was a cartoon about a brave cat and a clever bird. We laughed a lot and felt very close as a family. Happiness is also a very good medicine for everyone. I felt very grateful for the small pharmacy on the corner. It is a place of help, health, and very kind words. I decided to write a positive review for Felix online. Other people should know about his professional work. The night was coming and the city was very quiet. I prepared the beds with fresh and clean linen. Sleeping well is the last part of a good recovery. I felt very peaceful as I looked at the dark sky. The rain stopped and I could see some small stars. Tomorrow was going to be a beautiful and healthy day. My family was safe and that was the most important. My story at the pharmacy ended with a big smile. I woke up on Tuesday morning feeling absolutely perfect. The sun was shining and the birds were singing outside. I didn't have a headache or a sore throat anymore. My daughter ran into the room and gave me a big hug. She was healthy and full of energy for the new day. We had a big breakfast with eggs, toast, and fruit. I took my morning vitamin and felt ready for work. I put the medicine boxes into the cupboard for next time. I hoped we wouldn't need them for a very long time. But I knew that Felix was always there to help us. Having a good pharmacist is as important as a doctor. I walked past the pharmacy on my way to the office. I saw Felix through the window, helping an old lady. He was listening to her with the same patient smile. I waved at him and he waved back with a friendly hand. It is nice to be part of a caring local community. The city felt fresh and very clean after the yesterday rain. I felt like I had a secret shield against all illnesses. Vitamins and good advice are my best friends this winter. I am Maya, and I know how to take care of my family. My visit to the pharmacy was a small but vital lesson. I learned to listen to my body and to seek help. I also learned that small kindnesses make a big difference. Felix's smile was as important as the headache pills. My life is full of small adventures, even at the pharmacy. I am happy to share this story of healing and care. Health is a gift that we must protect every single day. I am going to buy some fresh oranges on my way home. My daughter wants to make some fresh juice together. Life is beautiful when you feel strong and very healthy. I am thankful for every professional person in my city. They make our lives easier, safer, and much more pleasant. My lavender is now dry and looks very pretty. I am ready for the challenges of this new busy week. The story of my recovery is now complete and happy. I wish everyone to stay healthy and to find their Felix. The world needs more care and more professional smiles. I look forward to many more sunny and energetic days. My heart is full of joy and my body is full of life. This was my perfect and very successful visit to the pharmacy.
Tell me why you want to learn English. The 3 most interesting comments will get 10 English lessons absolutely free.